We're back. Raymond Burr. Raymond Burr is a fine, fine actor. Made many motion pictures, and I suppose his biggest successes have been on television in 2 smash series, Perry Mason, and I don't know how many years, 7 or 8 years, and then Ironsides, of course. He was nominated for 4 Emmys. He was awarded 2. And Tuesday night on NBC, Tuesday Night Mystery Movie on February the 8th at 9, he's one of the stars, as the star. A show called Mallory, Circumstantial Evidence. Would you welcome, please, Mr. Raymond Burr.
I was waiting for you to come over and get me.
Isn't she fascinating?
She is. I saw her last year on your show. She's just fabulous.
Incredible, and I think, as Doc was saying, it takes her a little while to kind of warm up to the situation, and then the mind gets into high gear, and she's very amusing.
I hope we do as well.
Wouldn't you like to? I wonder sometime. 104.
No, we won't make it.
Don't think so? I don't think so. We have not seen you for, well, it's got to be 6, 7 years.
Just about. New York was the last time.
That's right. You're looking super.
So are you.
Yeah.
So are you.
How many years did you do Perry Mason? I said 9 years.
9.
And Ironside?
8.
17 years and 2 series. Well, that's incredible. In television, you know, if a show gets on for 2 or 3, 4 seasons, it's considered a hit, but that's kind of a track record.
I first met you at RKO, and I was just wondering the other night how long you would have been in movies had you stayed in movies instead of going back to New York. That was 1940.
I was over at Maud's house at that time. We were tying one on together. Now you're going to play an attorney again, right?
Yes, for the 2-hour show. It was an interesting idea. I don't know whether we're going on with it from there.
Yeah.
But you never know.
This is a hope-for intended series.
Well, I'm going to do 2 or 3. Another one, I think, in February, which is a different kind of character. We haven't really leveled in yet.
Do you like playing
Could be any one of the 3.
Yeah. Do you like playing attorneys?
I liked playing the last 2 that I did. No, all 3, I think. I did 1 in motion pictures. And
you never lost, though, did you, in Perry Mason?
3 cases.
You lost 3?
Yes, we lost 3. That's 1%. We did 300 shows. That's about the
How did you manage to lose 3 cases?
It wasn't easy.
Is Mallory anything at all? Well, of course it probably is, because they're 2 different characters, the Perry Mason. We have a film clip, I believe, don't we? Not a short excerpt from the show coming up? Why don't we show that and give us an idea what the show is about? I don't know what section of the show this is. So we'll be surprised together. Yeah. Bobby, want to run it, and we'll...
Why did the deal fall through?
A certain neurotic DA found out why I was making it. He took it personally and wouldn't treat Ruiz's case separately from his co-defendants.
So you're saying that you won't call Ruiz?
At this stage, one of 2 things would happen. He'd lie on the stand. If the jury bought it, your nephew would be on the way to being convicted. If I could break Ruiz down, then I've killed him.
All of a sudden, we've stopped mentioning my nephew.
One human life has as much...
And what do you mean, if you could break him down? Of course you could. All you gotta do is testify to what he told you. A lawyer's word against a prisoner. Now, don't tell me a jury wouldn't buy that.
Exactly how does that help Ruiz?
Let me tell you something, partner. My interest in Ruiz goes only so far.
Splendid. I've heard of a day late and a dollar short. Where was all your interest when it might have done some good? Who put Joe in there in the first place?
Well, this is the second place. And maybe I gotta move this thing for now on myself. I've been doing a little research on you, partner. You made me nervous from the beginning, and now I know why. And it looks like you haven't learned a thing since. Fix a witness. They'll always catch you.
There's no time for this rubbish now.
That's right, there's no time. I'm not gonna let my sister's kid go in there where the guy is marked lousy. I hire a lawyer who doesn't spend all his time in a bargain basement.
Who will do what?
Who will put Ruiz on the stand whether he wants it or not. And we'll put you on so the jury knows exactly what happened.
You can't do that.
Oh, I can't.
If I testify in open court that Ruiz told me the truth, you have put a gun in my hand, aimed it at his head, and made me pull the trigger.
Mallory, you don't scare me.
Don't put me in that kind of box. Don't ask me to kill him.
Goodbye.
Your Honor? You had curly hair there.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I went for a slight operation afterwards to the hospital, so that curly hair was a good idea at the time, but it was pretty hard to take care of.
Couldn't make
I had it cut off.
You did a picture once with Papard? You were Snow White.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Rear Window. A couple of times I've had, one with Papard was, I had fairly short hair, and they kept bleaching it, and I started out with my hair, and I ended up with a hairpiece because it all fell out.
Ruined the hair. You know, I was thinking of something when I see playing attorneys. Have you ever been on the stand yourself in any kind of a court action? I have, or deposition or something. It's not to get personal, but I want to tell you, when you are under deposition or you are on the stand, it is one of the most harrowing experiences in the world, no matter how cool you think you are, because skilled attorneys can make somebody feel like you wish you'd never been born.
They most certainly can. I was only once, and that was, I had to fly on a federal case to New Mexico on a land sale that somebody made, a big land deal. And so I appeared for the government on it, but the attorneys on the other side, it took me about 5 or 10 minutes to find my voice, you know, before I could answer any questions.
I think it's
They kept saying, speak louder.
Yeah. And then they always take and paraphrase something. They say, am I correct in assuming that on this particular date you did at no time mention to so-and-so or have any conversations with him pertaining to the said issue, or that you did not repeat what was said? And you go, you have the slightest idea what the hell he said. I often wonder why they can't come out and say yes or no things, but they can make you seem like you've just got out of grade school.
In Mason, I used to have speeches like that went on for a page and a half, and somebody would always say yes or no. And
yeah, and then answer it yes. That is absolutely true. We have to take a short break here, but we're coming right back, and I want to see how your island's doing.
Fine.
That fascinates me. We'll be right back. Freddie DeCorvin that just came up. Freddie DeCorvin mentioned something I found really interesting about Maud Tull. Do you realize she was here for the centennial of this country?
Yes.
Celebrated the first 100 years, and she's here for the bicentennial. That's kind of weird. What were we talking? Your island. You have an island. I don't know whether you have it, or you own it, or you live there in the Fijis somewhere?
Yes, in the eastern part of Fiji. It's a plantation, and a great place to go. We raise coconut and cattle and orchids, which is kind of a nice cross-section of things to do.
You go there often?
About twice a year.
Yeah.
Not long enough each trip, but...
That's the dream when everybody, you know, I guess grows up, says, I'd like to get away from it all and go to an island. How long can you stay there before you get a little bit bored?
Well, I have never been there long enough to be bored. There is always things to do. The people are wonderful. It's one of the reasons I kind of settled there. The Fijian people are extraordinary human beings as a race of people. And much more civilized, I think, than we are.
Right.
They have a great deal of respect for one another as people. But there is there's everything there.
It's modern.
Well, we finally have some indoor toilets. And we have electricity now.
That kind of takes the fun out of it, though. I remember in the Midwest, well, I don't suppose it's important.
Well, of course, we didn't have the severe...
There was something of a challenge in the Midwest.
We didn't have the severe weather situation that you used to have in Nebraska.
That's true.
It never gets below 70 degrees. However, it's better, I think, with a little electricity and a little air conditioning from time to time.
Right. Here's a question that you've been asked, I know, about Ironsides, and you probably are sick to death of answering it. But did you ever get a little bit bugged of having to do that whole show sitting down all the time? Did it ever limit you in areas that you wanted to go in the show and weren't able to because of that limitation?
Yes, I'm not a very good sitter anyway, so If I start standing immediately, well, you'll understand.
Just get up anytime you feel like it.
Thank you. I really don't. I'm not comfortable sitting. So but when you think of the people that have to, certainly around the world, why it gives you pause to think. I did not do well sitting.
You want to get up and move all the time?
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's funny. I did one show that was a flashback. And you finally work on timing as an actor. I did one show with a flashback where Ironside was up walking around in the show.
Before the accident.
Got up and did that scene, and I couldn't time it walking. So
because you're so used to taking the pace in the chair.
The pace in the wheelchair.
That's very interesting. Well, I hope this show for you, Mallory, goes on if it's successful, and if you want to continue. I assume that you like to keep active, because anybody who's done 2 series that long and been in the business as long as you have wants to keep working.
Well, yes,
It's like Maud says, it keeps you out of the poorhouse too.
Yeah, that it does. That it does. It all helps. I like the divided life. I like life outdoors and in Fiji, working on the farm. And certainly my job, whatever it might be in this business here.
It's a great combination.
Yes, it is.
Don't spend 7 years next time. Come back and see us.
All right, I will.
Let's take a break. Robert Klein is with us, and also a gentleman by the name of Tom Burnham with a fascinating book, The Dictionary of Misinformation, after this.